morning, everybody. This is cryptid wilderness researcher Matt Sleater and also cryptid wilderness research team member Tyler Wells on location here just west of Leavenworth, Washington. Today, we're going to be heading up into the mountains to a place called Cole's Corner, and we're going to be researching and investigating some sites where sightings have been reported to the national database, and basically just to document these locations and to show the types of areas where you can have an encounter. It doesn't have to be out in the wilderness. It doesn't have to be far away from people. In fact, we're right here next to a major highway just west of Leavenworth. And there was a reported sighting right here on this very road. As you can see, it's a narrow canyon. It is surrounded by all kinds of lush Pacific Northwest rainforests. The highway runs right through here, right at the bottom. There's a river just on the other side of the guardrail. And with these steep canyon walls going all the way up to the ridge lines, the sighting occurred right here along Highway 2. Walking along this turnout here along Highway 2, it's a constant stream of traffic. This is one of the main thoroughfares that goes from Seattle to the city of Wenatchee in eastern Washington. And to have a sighting along here, when you look at some of the reports from other places, is actually very possible and quite normal. There are a number of road crossing sightings that have happened and been reported. And it would just be natural to come down from these hills to get to the river just on the other side of the guardrail. I'm not going to try and walk across the highway because we're in between two blind corners. It'd be quite dangerous. But I'm not sure if you can hear it, but there is a river just on the other side of that guardrail. So we're going to head up the road now to Cole's Corner, where we can walk straight up to a sighting location. Okay, folks, we're out here in Cole's Corner off of Winton Road at a reported Bigfoot sighting that happened in October of 2016 in this area here. We're secluded off the highway next to an open meadow right along the rail line. Let me flip the camera around here so everyone can see. It's right along the road here, just down there around the corner is where the sighting happened. There's not too many places to park, so we had to park a little ways away. But you can see how dense the tree line is here. You know, we're right along the railroad right of way. We're going to explore the area and see if we can find any traces. But it's unlikely, given how dense it is. But there's houses all along here. There's infrastructure. There's main roads. It's not an isolated area. It's off the highway, but it's not abandoned. Hey folks, Matt with Cryptid Wilderness Research here again. I know this is all going to get stuck together in one big long video, but we are now at the Devil's Gulch Trailhead, which is a popular hiking area, and it's also popular with dirt bikes and other motorsports. They come up here to the very top of a mountain ridge. As you can see right here, we're quite high in elevation. The last stop we were at, you could see for miles up here. And this is what people mostly associate with Bigfoot and cryptid activity. This sort of stereotypical or atypical type of wildland. Tyler Wells is up there Hey folks, we're up here at another World Map sighting location close to Edgemont Drive outside of Wenatchee, Washington. This sighting was reported actually way back in 1976, so it is quite old. However, see the terrain we're in. There's bones. There's a lot of human activity around this area, but the initial sighting said that a man witnessed a creature walking along that ridgeline. It's right in front of us. Most of this stuff was not over here in 1976. It's mostly newer construction. So we're much closer than the sighting was reported from, which initially said it was about 300 yards, but I can tell you, being out here, it was much further than that. This area that we're stopped in is actually a public use area, so there's other people here. There's camping activity, there's forest roads, there's lumber roads. That's what you can see here in front of us, and over that direction over there. So there's access all through these wildlands out this direction. So we saw the bones here from a devoured animal. And at the earlier stop, I'll have to insert a photo into the video, but we did find what appeared to be a potential track that was left in some mud. It's quite old and worn, so that's why I'm saying potential. I'll have to send it, have the image verified, see what they can think it might be. But there is sign, just walking around, you might be able to find something in these areas. All you have to do is get out, find a location where there's been a sighting, or any kind of location really you might want to go to. Get out there and just start looking. Be mindful of your surroundings, be careful. I actually almost just fell. Pay attention to the wildlife in the area. Snakes, bugs, larger animals. Be cognizant of that fact. Be safe when you're out there doing your field research. But odds are, if you know what to look for, you will find something. And like I've mentioned before, several of us have mentioned before in different video streams, this area is not entirely representative, but you've seen locations earlier in the video. Why people don't see Bigfoot, Sasquatch readily. They don't see them all the time. This is a very wide open forested area. The clearest, most wide open spot that we've been to today. And it's still quite dense. The spots we were at earlier, especially up at Cole's Corner, you go to 2-3 feet off the roadway and you disappear. You disappear into the wilds. Now, a human being will disappear immediately walking in there. Even though a Sasquatch is much larger, 8 to 12 feet, they're born out here. They live out here. They die out here. They know exactly what's going on. They know how to live out here. They know how to interact with the environment. They know how to hide. They know how to use it to their advantage. So, of course, creatures such as ourselves will have a great deal of trouble identifying and seeing one. There's more bones. There's actually quite a few bones in this area. Wonder what that's from. This is the last area we're going to today, folks. We'll try and put together some more of these videos ranging down south into Chelan County. All these videos have been filmed in Chelan County, Washington, on the east side of the Cascades. And as you can see, it's more of a dry area. Not the typical lush green forest density that you might think when you hear about the evergreen state. That's mostly over on the west side, and I do plan on heading over that direction, especially in the vicinity of Mount St. Helens. But that'll be it for the video today, folks. I hope this has been entertaining and informative, and I'm trying my best at the first time making my own video for the channel. Thank you. Just a little addition to the video here, folks. While I was doing that narration, my research partner here, Tyler Wells, was actually about 60 yards away doing very loud and vigorous rock knocks. And I didn't hear them. The wind's blowing up here, and the foliage between here and where he was standing is a little bit denser than the surrounding area this direction. He was down over there through those bushes and trees on the other side of the road. So if you're going to go and do field research, wood knocks and rock knocks are a method to try and get responses. They have to be very loud, and they're dependent on the area. They're dependent on the wind. A lot of things can muffle even what you might think to be one of the loudest things you've heard. Just keep that in mind.